The Taoiseach has told the Dáil within the last few minutes, confirming what we had heard earlier, that the Cabinet has approved the wording of the marriage equality referendum, and Kenny describing that as an historic decision. It is being linked in some ways to the Children and Family Relationships Bill, which is likely to be the most important reform of child and family law for a generation. It's a very complex piece of legislation. Josepha Madigan is a family law expert at Madigan Solicitors. She's on the line. Good afternoon, Josepha.
Good afternoon, Jonathan.
To say that this is legislation specifically designed to allow for gay adoption, it would be wrong, because it's much more complex than that.
It is much more complex than that. However, it does cover that area, Jonathan. But it is, in essence, a bill which has the best interests of children at its fore. And it is to help modernise the law regarding the parental rights of children living in diverse family forms. Part of that is in relation to a gay couple who wish to marry. If you look back to the Adoption Act of 1952, a single man or indeed a gay man can adopt a child, whereas a jointly gay couple cannot. But it's not just that area, it also deals with cohabitants. So now the new reformed bill allows for parents who are cohabitants, and even if they're not parents, they can adopt a child after 3 years. So it's quite transformative in that sense and revolutionary.
One of the other things where it will eventually bring the law back up to speed with what is practice is in the whole area of IVF and egg donation and sperm donation. We certainly haven't been legislating for this at all in this country. What changes will that introduce? Yes, and what the Minister Fitzgerald took on board some of the views from the Oireachtas Committee, and as a result of that, it is recommended that a donor-conceived child should be able to trace his or her identity, and this is now being provided for in this bill. The surrogacy issue, as a result of the Supreme Court appeals and the various repercussions of that, and the Supreme Court in fact said that there was a lacuna in the law in respect of surrogacy, but this legislature is going to be dealt with by Leo Varadkar, I believe. Now, the thing is, it's a very broad bill. And the problem with the bill being so broad is that it will be challenged, presumably, on a number of fronts. Why don't they split these matters up? I mean, they are important, and we are getting rid of historic issues here for the most part. But is it wise to put all the eggs in one basket, so to speak?
Well, I think that they have broken it down, Jonathan, by taking the surrogacy aspect out of it, which is extremely complex. And they have simplified it, in a sense, to various different headings, which is the adoption, guardianship. So, for example, unmarried fathers will be in a much stronger position in terms of becoming a guardian if they have lived with the child's mother, for example, for 12 months, including at least 3 months following the child's birth. And there are other issues in relation to maintenance, deals with mediation, parenting courses, family counselling. So it really is about the child, and also it has also provided for the voice of a child from the age of 12 should be taken into account. And the surrogacy aspect to it will be dealt with in a separate bill, which I believe makes it much more straightforward.
OK, Josepha Madigan, a family law expert at Madigan Solicitors, thank you very much for that.